He loved us completely, he loved us fully, yet, he knew what was coming. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus faced a choice. He could choose to escape the coming pain, or he could choose to embrace it. He chose us. He chose the path of obedience, a path paved with love and sacrifice. Before the weight of the world pressed down, Jesus prayed, "Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours, be done." Luke 22:42, NKJV. His words, raw with emotion, reveal the internal struggle he faced. Can you imagine the weight of our sin placed upon his shoulders? Jesus' prayer wasn't a cry for escape, it was a surrender to a higher purpose. He knew the cost of our redemption, he knew the pain that awaited, but because of his love for us, he chose obedience. He embraced the Father's will. The quiet of the garden was shattered. Judas, his disciple, betrayed him. Soldiers seized Jesus, they bound his hands, the hands that had healed the sick and embraced the outcast. He was arrested. This was not the welcome of a king, this was the harsh reality of injustice. Through the injustice, Jesus stood firm, he didn't fight back. This was always part of the plan. He was silent before his accusers, Matthew 26:63 NKJV. His silence spoke volumes. He was the lamb led to the slaughter, Isaiah 53:7 NKJV, bearing the weight of our sin. The Roman soldiers wasted no time. They tore off Jesus' clothes. They beat him mercilessly. The whips tore into his flesh. This was the price of our healing. This was the weight of our sin. Forced to carry his own cross, he stumbled towards Calvary. Each step was agony. Each breath a testament to his love. Imagine the weight of that cross, the weight of our sin, pressing down on him. Section 4. A crown of thorns, a sacrifice of love. They nailed him to the cross. Imagine the pain that shot through his hands and feet. They mocked him, placing a crown of thorns upon his head. "Behold the man." John 19:5 NKJV. Pilate declared, "Yes, behold the man who chose to love us, even in his suffering." From the cross, Jesus cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do." Luke 23:34 NKJV. In his final moments, he thought of others. He offered forgiveness. He offered hope. He offered salvation. This was the ultimate sacrifice. This was love in its purest form. Section 5. The silence of the tomb and the whisper of hope. They took him down from the cross. His lifeless body wrapped in linen was placed in a tomb. A stone sealed the entrance. Silence fell over the land. Hope seemed lost. But even in the silence, a whisper of hope remained. Remember Jesus' words, "Unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone, but if it dies, it produces much grain." John 12:24 NKJV. He had planted a seed of hope, a seed of love. Section 6. Resurrection morning, dawn of everlasting love. The Sabbath passed. The first day of the week dawned. Mary Magdalene went to the tomb. She found the stone rolled away. The tomb was empty. An angel appeared to her. "Do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen as he said. Come, see the place where the Lord lay." Matthew 28:5-6 NKJV. He is risen. Death could not hold him. Love had conquered. Section 7. The invitation. Jesus appeared to his disciples. He showed them his hands and his side. He breathed on them and said, "Receive the Holy Spirit." John 20:22 NKJV. He gave them a mission. "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit." Matthew 28:19 NKJV. This invitation extends to us today. Will you accept the gift of his sacrifice? Will you follow in his footsteps? Will you share his message of love, hope, and redemption? The choice is ours.